Yeah, hello and welcome to our February session of our GDTA Spotlight. And with a little delay, we start with our focus on the Impact Week and the Global Design Thinking Alliance, an alliance of now more than 40 members in 24 countries, is really happy to run this kind of monthly event where we invite online interesting people who are dealing with design thinking. Some of them are global design thinking alliance members. Some of them are externals. And so we do this monthly event since several years now. And we usually have this kind of session as a 60-minute session. Now, I think if Caroline has a little bit more time, we can be a little bit over the hour. And I'm really happy that so many people, especially for German or the European time zones, and also the African time zone, it's kind of early in the morning and during work time. And so I'm happy that you're joining. My name is Uli Weinberg. I'm heading the Global Design Thinking Alliance since its start 7 years ago. And I'm really happy to welcome Carolin Taenzer, the managing director of the Impact Week. And I'm also happy to welcome Jochen Gürtler, who brought us in contact, who was actually one of the first people being involved in the Impact Week several years ago. And Caroline will share with us what she's doing all around the globe. I think personally, the Impact Week is a very, very interesting activity, bringing design thinking to people who are completely not aware of that kind of problem-solving activities, and the innovation power, and then bring it into different countries and collaborate with universities, with institutions, with companies. And the interesting thing here, which we found out, Caroline used to be a flight attendant at Lufthansa, and Lufthansa is also a sponsor of the Impact Week. And Raika, we found out, is currently also a part-time a flight attendant. So we have two people who are uh, all around the globe. We are constantly around the globe here in the call, and I'm really happy that Caroline is presenting us now the Impact Week. Please give a warm welcome to Caroline. Happy that you are here. So now the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Uli. And thank you for this opportunity. I'm really happy to be here today, and we're really, really proud to be part of the Global Design Thinking Alliance. Yeah, like Uli said, my name is Carolin Taenzer. I'm the managing director of the Impact Week since 2022. And I've been with Impact Week for quite some time. Yeah, and I would like to take you on this journey, how it is to create impact through design thinking. I've prepared a little presentation on that. So if many of you don't know the Impact Week yet, our goal is to foster innovation and entrepreneurship, as well as intercompany and intercultural exchange through design thinking. And our four main goals are basically to inspire people, empower them, connect them, and to innovate. And I will take you through how Impact Week does that and what impact we've created so far. But first, I would like to also present myself a little bit more. Like Uli mentioned, I used to be a flight attendant for Lufthansa, and this was also my first contact point with the Impact Week. So in 2019, my employer enabled me to join an Impact Week in New Delhi. And that's been almost, 6 years now. And this Impact Week truly inspired me. In the sense that I got to know the Indian culture, I learned more about design thinking, and having studied international business with a focus on sustainability management and innovation management, this was basically my dream come true. It also enabled me to become a design thinking coach and to innovate, and it empowered me. I have to admit, I never thought I would be a founder at some point, and when I participated in Impact Week, I slowly got the feeling I could do this, and it really helped me overcome this, kind of self-doubt and fear. And now I'm the proud co-founder of Impact Week, and yeah, we made it happen and made it into its own independent nonprofit company based in Germany. And it also connected me to a lot of people, not just the people you see in this picture. I would highlight a few people. So for example, Jens Unger, he was at the Impact Week in New Delhi in 2019. He later became my co-founder. We have Loreen Atieno, who was my co-junior coach, who learned design thinking together with me. And we later collaborated on many different Impact Weeks. You can see my team in the top right picture. We're still in touch to this day. I'm really excited that I meet JD, who's in the center, when I come to Bangalore this March. So there's a lot of people and a lot of inspiring stories that came through this Impact Week, and I'm not the only one. So how does Impact Week work, and what do we do? The first step of an Impact Week is a so-called train the coach. And for the train the coach, we have multiple people that are involved. So the first person I want you to meet is Steven. Steven is one of our lead coaches, and our lead coaches are highly skilled design thinking experts with multiple years of experience, such as Jochen, who's also in the call. And they are the ones who are giving the input sessions about design thinking. They are the content lead, so they prepare all the slides, all the input, and they are in charge of the agenda. So from these people, all the junior coaches, all the people who learn design thinking will get their input in a panel session. Then I want you to meet Emmanuel. He's the person with the glasses in the picture. He's also a design thinking expert, and his task during Impact Week is to conduct the team sessions. So after each panel session, there is a team session with 6 to 7 people, and they will go through all of the steps of design thinking and learn it hands-on. Emmanuel will later also be a mentor during the design thinking challenge for the people that he trained. Then I would like to meet, for you to meet Johannes. He is, just like me back in the day, an employee of an international corporation in the global north. And he's joining our Impact Week because he's motivated to give something back. He has a high interest in learning design thinking, and he wants to share this know-how in his company. And together with Vera, our local junior coach, he's learning design thinking. Vera is a local member of a local organization, and she's also joining as a junior coach, just like Johannes. And both of them don't have any background on design thinking, so they learn everything from scratch. And just like Johannes, Vera is also very motivated to give something back to her community. She's motivated to use and to teach design thinking, and to learn this method so that she can use it after our Impact Week without any further assistance. So during our Impact Week in Ghana, all these 4 people met from different countries. So Stephen, for example, he's from Kenya. He was giving the input sessions. Then we had local sessions on intercultural exchange. We had people playing the drums. So we had a really rich intercultural exchange. We had Emmanuel with his team who was going through the design thinking steps, teaching the methodologies in detail. And the teams, Johannes and Vera, taking their first step as design thinking coaches. This whole process takes 3 days. So in those 3 days, the participants go through all of the 6 steps of the design thinking process. How does this drive change? The first part is to inspire. This is a quote from a previous junior coach, Rasha Abdel Salam from Jordan. And she said, "Little did I know that it will actually change the way I train entrepreneurship forever. It made me a better trainer and equipped me with further tools to use through my entrepreneurship training." So through our training, we inspire people to look at trainings differently and to apply the coachings that they've learned. We also inspire our international participants. And this is a quote from Cody Kelly and Andrew Simmons. They're both from the United States, and they participated in our Impact Week in Greece. And for both of them, the experience was transformative. They say it heightened their awareness of privilege and the broader issues facing humanity. The connections they made and the insights they gained have created a ripple effect in their lives, inspiring them to continue making a positive impact in the world. And to this day, they're both still very active in our Impact Week community and keep volunteering with us. We also empower individuals. I mentioned Stephen. Stephen actually participated in our design thinking training in 2016, and he's now one of our experts. He's been applying design thinking for almost 9 years now. You've also met Emmanuel. He's also one of the people that we trained in design thinking in 2019 in Ghana. And he has applied design thinking ever since in Nestle, and even has won an internal award for innovation management. And then we also have Loreen. She continues to conduct design thinking workshops as well in her organizations, but also with local individuals. But we don't just empower individuals, we also empower our local partners. So on the left side, you can see a workshop in the Impact Week in Shillong. Our coaches that we trained there have taken design thinking further. We actually had one person from each university. They brought design thinking back, and they're now each coaching design thinking and trying to integrate it into the curricula of the universities. We have the Impact Week in Kenya, and the community continues to conduct annual design thinking workshops, and they've even added onto it. So they're now even conducting extended Impact Weeks where they also cover the business model canvas and also integrate it into the curriculum. Down in the center, we have the Impact Week Philippine community, and on the right-hand side, the South African community that does design thinking workshop with a local school. Then we connect people globally. Actually, Impact Week has welcomed participants from 59 different nationalities in the past. And on the left-hand side, you can see James Mugambi and James Obohuma from the Kenyan community meeting Lakshmi Rao from India for the very first time during an Impact Week. And on the right-hand side, you can see one of our most international Impact Weeks with 17 nationalities present in the Philippines, where we had people from South America, from Africa, and from Asia and Europe. And we also innovate. One of our local junior coaches has founded his own social hub for innovation, entrepreneurship, and design thinking in Kibera. And he's currently hosting workshops for youth and training them not just in design thinking, but also in other future skills. But this is only step 1. We also have step 2 of the Impact Week, and that is the Design Thinking Challenge. In this 4-day Design Thinking Challenge, we have challenge participants. Those can be people from local NGOs or local students from our academic partners. They have a high interest in entrepreneurship, and they want to solve pressing problems of the host country. And their main task during the Impact Week is to participate in the challenge and to pitch their ideas in front of the jury on the last day. We always work on local social and ecological challenges. This is very important to us so that we make sure that the solutions that we create are actually relevant for the local societies. And here at this Impact Week, you can see how Johannes and Vera actually coach their team through the design thinking process. They are now, for the first time, design thinking coaches, and they have the help of Emmanuel and Stephen to guide them and help them in case of any questions. If they need further tools, they do a briefing and a debriefing with them so that Vera and Johannes feel secure in conducting further design thinking workshops in the future. How do the design thinking challenges drive change? Again, here we inspire people. This is a picture from India. I met Sandamayo on an airplane. He actually recognized me after 1 year on a small plane from Delhi to Guwahati, and he told me that Impact Week actually changed his life in a sense that it empowered him to take a decision on what he wants to study. And he chose to study social development, because he has a very deep-rooted passion for societal challenges and fostering sustainable solutions. And Impact Week helped him manifest this decision. We also empower people. Here you can see the Crimson Liberation Hub, which has been founded through an idea of the Impact Week. This team actually won the Design Thinking Challenge in Ghana, where also Jochen was present, in 2023. And they're now educating young girls and women on period safety and distribute sustainable period pads to help them overcome period poverty. We also connect people. Here you can see Timothy Awuku. He was a participant also in the Impact Week in Ghana, and he got connected to Lufthansa Industry Solutions. And he's currently doing a dual bachelor in innovation management in Worms in Germany for Lufthansa Industry Solutions, thanks to the connections that he made at Impact Week. We also innovate. This is Jeremiah Goodluck. He actually invented a portable medical lab. So in this laboratory, you can find all the tools and devices that doctors need to make analytics on the patient, so that people from the rural areas in Kenya don't have to travel to the hospitals when they're really sick, and instead the doctors can come to them for tests and for assistance. These are just a few of many examples of how Impact Week creates impact through design thinking. We can actually look back at 10 years of experience, 51 Impact Weeks, and 17 countries that we've impacted on 4 different continents. Our student participants have generated over 800 ideas, and we had more than 4,750 participants in the Impact Week challenges. And we've trained over 1,450 people in design thinking globally. We also have some achievements to show for us. We actually received an award to be an excellent place in the land of ideas by the German government. We're currently one of 100 selected startups or initiatives in the Start Social Network, with a chance to go to the Chancellor's office, whoever this might be, at the end of the year. And we're also now eligible for something called Bildungsurlaub, which is educational leave in Germany, which is really exciting for participants from Germany and from Berlin, Hamburg, and Schleswig-Holstein. And obviously, we also consider being part of the Global Design Thinking Alliance a big achievement, because we're really honored to be part of this exciting initiative. Yeah, who is behind Impact Week? We are a very small team. We're actually only 2.5 people. Andrea on the left is supporting us part-time. Vanessa and myself on the right, we're full-time employees. I have my co-founders. On the left, you have Michael Hübel, who initiated the Impact Week in 2015 with the first Design Thinking Challenge. And on the right side, you have Jens Unger, who was the first one to bring Lufthansa and other companies into the mix to create a more sustainable financing model for the Impact Week, so that we can be self-sufficient through the incoming training fees of international participants and keep the training free for our locals. And he was the first one to help with setting up the Train the Coach as well in 2016. And then obviously we're not alone. We have a huge network of international supporters. Our community is very big. We have design thinking coaches that support us on a regular basis. Jochen, for example, he's been with us for quite a few years now, for 9 years, if I'm not mistaken. And he keeps coming back, so that's a wonderful thing. And we also saw John, for example, and Gila from our network. So we have local people who keep the local communities strong, and we have international volunteers who help us organize and conduct the design thinking trainings. What's next for Impact Week? Yeah, we want to create more impact, and we want to do that by improving our training, by expanding to new countries, by setting up new partnerships that can be helpful for our local participants, by helping junior coaches to take their training to the next level, and by further supporting the student participants after the Impact Week. Yeah, improving the training means going with the trends. We really hope that through the Global Design Thinking Alliance, we can create this exchange. I'm always happy to talk to you about the latest trends in design thinking, for example, AI in design thinking, best practices, what is changing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to many of you hopefully reaching out and to exchanges in the Global Design Thinking meetings. We have an exciting first partnership, which is Tex. Tex is a social startup that makes AI accessible through text messages. This helps especially in the rural areas, like the Impact Week in Ghana, which took place in Buzua. We actually had a time where the internet was down for almost 2 days. And with help of Tex, people can still access AI. They can write prompts and get answers. And through this, we also hope that people will be able to create sustainable business models with the help of AI, even if they don't own a smartphone. We also have new countries. Currently, actually today, our Impact Week in Uganda is kicking off. My colleague Vanessa is on site. We will welcome a new country in Armenia together with Jochen in May. And we will have further workshops in Ghana. This will be our 10-year anniversary together with the local university. We have a follow-up Impact Week in Cali, Colombia this year. We have an Impact Week in Cape Town in South Africa in September. We will branch out in the Philippines. So far, we've been to Manila, but we want to host a design thinking workshop in Baguio, which is about 4 hours from Manila. And for the end of year or next year, we also plan to come to Egypt, to Peru, and back to Kenya for our anniversary celebration with our local partner. We're also launching a platform soon. We've actually already onboarded the first startups onto the platform. It will also include a learning journey for local junior coaches and international junior coaches, where they can access design thinking materials, where they can create exchange FAQ sessions, they can host theme sessions on design thinking, etc. And we want to connect our founders from the Impact Week to the community for mentorship and support. And obviously, this is also a great place to give our global community a home. So far, as a mostly volunteering initiative, we communicated through WhatsApp, and now we finally have a place to bring everyone from all 70 countries together. Then we also are organizing the so-called Impact Lab. This will take place in Bangalore in March, actually in about a month. It will be a 5-day bootcamp for startups with exciting ideas. And we will focus not only on desirability, which we can cover through design thinking and through the social impact, but also on the business viability and the technical feasibility of the ideas. So we want to help the startups take the next step and get them ready for an investor pitch. The bootcamp on-site in Bangalore will be followed by a 6-month mentorship training. And like I mentioned, this will all take place virtually on our platform. And in the end of the 6-month mentorship, we will have a final pitch, and the startups can receive up to 4,500 euros in funding from the Help Alliance, which is our partner for this event. We hope to roll out these kinds of initiatives further in our other countries, Impact Week countries, so that the students then will not just be left with a great idea after Impact Week, but also have an outlook on how they can implement their ideas. Yeah, now I would love to know if you have any questions about Impact Week.
First of all, big thank you to Carolin. Thank you for what you're showing us here, and thank you for all your engagement with design thinking all around the world. I think it's worth a big applause. And now you probably know why we, and especially I, am so happy that the Impact Week with Carolin was joining last year the Global Design Thinking Alliance. Maybe let me start with my first question. So the GDTA is mainly an organization, a get-together, a community of academic institutions all around the planet, and you are touring in places, also in countries where we have also memberships, and it would be, you didn't touch it too much in your presentation. You were talking about the impact you are having, and this is outstanding. I'm really impressed what you are coming up with and what you are achieving in those countries in that short time. And how strong is your relationship to universities, to academic institutions? And what would you expect from the GDTA in the future?
Yeah. We have local contacts, local academic partners that help us conduct the design thinking workshops. So obviously we need a venue for the design thinking workshops. They help us to reach out to the participants. They help us identify local junior coaches that can benefit from the training. So our main partners in the host country are usually academic institutions. And for us, the goal is actually to reach those academic institutions that may not have an innovation program yet, or that haven't integrated design thinking into their curriculum yet. Um, so while the GDTA has a lot of members and they probably already have something in place, we would expect maybe some support, local support, some insights, to reach out to more universities locally, and maybe also to reach those universities in places that are more rural. As I figure that most of the GDTA members are more in central locations, in capital cities. But I think having a strong local partner is really, really helpful for this mission. And especially considering that we want to solve local problems, we also rely on the expertise of what are the local problems, because we don't identify them. We want the local partner to let us know what are pressing problems, what should be tackled. And those are there are two big factors how local partners from the GDTA can contribute to our impact weeks.
Thank you. So the floor is open now. The GDTA Spotlight is always kind of set up as an open Zoom call, so please switch on your video if you like. We like to see you and like to see also or learn from your ideas and your questions you're having. Is there anybody with a question or with a remark? I see some very positive notes here in the chat.
And in the chat, Gisela is asking
How can one join the Impact Week community platform, is Gisela asking.
Yeah, we will soon open the platform for everyone. We're still doing the final testings, and once we're ready to launch, we will post a sign-up link on our channels, social media channels, and our website, so that people can join.
Nalin.
Yeah.
From India.
Hey, Carolin. Hey, Carolin.
Hi.
Wonderful work with Impact Week and great presentation. Glad that your visit to India was the first Impact Week. I'm from India, so I'm just here to just share my appreciation. I hope more members get impacted. Just one last question. Do you have any measurement metrics to see whether there is a impact through your initiatives?
Mm-hmm. I have to admit, in the past, we were a pure volunteering organization up until we were founded as a nonprofit company in 2022. So in the past, unfortunately, we did not do any follow-up emails. Sometimes it's also really hard to reach the people that have participated in an Impact Week. But through the launch of the platform, we're planning to ask everyone who's coming onto the platform what their impact has been, or what the impact of Impact Week has been on them, so that we have some more clear measures. As of now, it already helps to have people in place that are there permanently, because we sometimes get LinkedIn messages or WhatsApp messages of people telling us, hey, by the way, cool that it's now founded. I have something to share with you. So all the people that you see now, they have come to us and told us their story, but we know that there's many, many more out there, and we want to bring this, to light. And thank you for dialing in from India.
you.
I'm excited to be there.
Jenny was making us aware that there are some Impact Week senior experts in the room from Kenya, and if they would be willing to share some of their experiences, that would be nice. Maybe you identify yourself as senior experts from the Impact Week.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yes, Stephen and John, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. I hope I can be heard. Thank you, Jenny, and thank you, Carol. These are people we have worked with, and John is also here. I think there could be others, but truly we are lucky to have started the journey of Impact Week. Carol will be coming to us next year for an anniversary. So we are proud to be part of that journey. And honestly speaking, we have witnessed tremendous impact. Part of what Carol have shared are serious, impactful innovation that are coming from this exercise. For instance, what Jeremiah Goodluck is coming up is something that is going to revolutionize our health sector in terms of access. And that is something, even if that was the only thing that would have come from this, I think in terms of impact, would have been very happy. But honestly, we have had so many business startups that can trace their origin from Impact Week. We have so many businesses that are sustainable or that are looking at sustainability that are coming out of this. And part of what Carol have said is that over the years we have seen and noted, especially us as African Nazarene University, that there are good businesses that are coming, good business ideas that are coming out of this Impact Week. So we have now moved to the next level. We are now bringing in business model canvas to the Innovation Week. And currently, me and John at African Nazarene University, we are struggling to find a way to have an incubation hub where we can be able to channel top ideas and be sure that they go to the launch. But if you look at our website, if you look at our LinkedIn, you'll be able to see and find these businesses that have come up from Impact Week. Beside that, let me just speak on the connectivity, because I'm very lucky to have facilitated a number of Impact Week in Kenya and outside Kenya, and the connection that I get, they have taken me far. I think last year I was the senior coach for Ghana Impact Week in Buswa, and the organization that we worked with, that is OPC, we connected even after, and I'm happy that I've started a social entrepreneurship program with Rosenberg through that, and our connection continue, and we are working together with the team to launch whatever program they're launching. So I can confirm what Carol is saying. Maybe John, you can add a few things that I may have missed.
Thank you, Stephen, and happy to see Carol and Jenny. I think I'm always excited that, in fact, we had already signed up for this, and Jenny had to tell me, oh, you have to attend this one, and I love what she does. I think she is living in the future, and the best jobs probably in the future will be about connecting people, and I think that is good. And so maybe what I would like to add from the Kenyan side is that I think Impact Week has really, it started what we call maybe a revolution of transformation here, because since we heard about design thinking in 2015, I think that has really transformed our students, NGOs in Kenya, corporates in this country. And I think that is, we sort of, in that era of revolution of design thinking. So in fact, even yesterday, I was attending a forum of design thinking experts, and we were trying to see how best we can, promote that in this country. So I think as a university, that is African Nazarene University, we are very intentional about design thinking and using it to impact our local communities here. And I think we are really grateful for that. I don't know if Carol mentioned that Impact Week was actually founded at our university, and we are hoping and expecting to have the Impact Week team come January next year to celebrate the Jubilee. That's 10 years of impact. So thank you so much, Carolin and team, and Jenny as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John and Stephen, for your very interesting insights and actually talking about the impact Impact Week is having. Actually, we have two other questions here from Ivar and from Isaac. Ivar first.
Yes, hello, here from Stockholm,
Ivar.
Open Lab in Stockholm. It's very, very inspiring, very interesting to hear your presentation and what you are doing. And that's really, really important. I have perhaps you mentioned it, but I would like to know more if you have any the process of when you select challenges, or how does that work? Is it the participant that comes with the idea that they want to develop, or is it something that you formulate as a challenge that this Impact Week should focus on this? Or how you just that would be great to hear more about that.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So when we pick the challenges, we first ask our local partner, either an NGO or the academic partner, what are current challenges of the host country that can be very different from India, for example, with traffic management or access to clean water in Kenya. It really depends on the host country. So we want to make sure that it actually is relevant to our participants. We then select the overarching topics and then narrow it down to a bit more specific challenges. That's basically the process. The students then get to pick the topic and the specific challenge framing, but they can then still kind of pick which route they want to go. So we don't want to keep it too open. Access to clean water is very broad, and we only have 4 days for the challenge. But we then narrow it down to how can we make sure that people in Kibera get access to clean water, or just so that the students have a little bit more of a sense of direction, and then the students can take it from there. Cool.
Thank you. Isaac.
Yeah, hello, good morning. My name is Isaac, and I think I am one of the people that have been following most of your work, but I don't always get the opportunity to attend some of your So once I saw the meeting, I immediately jumped on. So I hold a master's in design thinking from Cranfield University in the UK, and I was the ambassador for the program as well. Before I completed, I've always wanted to find ways and means which I can connect organizations like yours to our university, and also some universities in Ghana as well. And I am from Ghana. And I also have an impact hub in Ghana called Center for Design and Innovation Center. I heard you mention you have partners in Ghana, so they can always use our hub for some of your trainees, because I am an ambassador for design thinking, and I always try to train students on how they can inculcate design thinking in everything that you do. So now I'm focusing on this human-centered design as part of my research, whilst I focus my PhD as well. So I'm currently in the UK, but I have a Center for Design and Innovation in Ghana. You can always explore our center for free, all in the name of trying to advocate for people to see the need for us to inculcate and practice design thinking. So thank you very much for the kind work that you do. And I'm hoping that one of your trainees will be free to attend. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. I'll make sure to reach out to you on LinkedIn about our upcoming Impact Week in Ghana. We will also try the Impact Lab in Ghana at the end of the year in October. But for the sake of time, I didn't include it in the presentation. But yeah, let's connect for those programs.
Jenny.
Thank you so much. Carolin, I just want to say the work you've done and are doing, like the quantity of it and getting design thinking out beyond university institutions is phenomenal. And I think we've all got to celebrate that. I think Nalin's question about impact is really important. If you look at kind of monitoring and evaluation work, impact is really something we measure at the very end of the logic of what we do. So I think we have to be careful in claiming impact. Can you say your impact is capacity building? And that is enough in itself to celebrate that you're going out and you're in a week, like what can you do? You're building capacity, you're raising awareness, you're getting thinking going in a certain direction. But did you solve problems? We don't know, right? That's what it takes. And I know that takes a lot of capacity and research and follow up. And I think that's something we all have to think about in our institutions, in being realistic about what we say is our impact. Now, what I want to say, what I think is a really exciting opportunity is when you say you want to keep improving your training based on trends, and you refer to AI and the future of design thinking and where it's going, I want to encourage you to think beyond kind of where are those trends coming from? Are they coming from Europe? Are they coming from technology? Is it the fourth industrial revolution? Or can those trends be coming from your exposure to countries all over the global south? And how can you enrich your training? How can we all learn from those experiences and enrich how we teach and do design thinking? So like, what is the cultural fit of design thinking in other contexts? What do we learn from the process, the language? What innovations are you hearing about that are happening, like that can be used as teaching cases, so that we can really globalize design thinking and enrich it in that way? So it's not just a European or American thing anymore. And I think for the GDTA, that's a great opportunity to support, you know, it sounds like you have limited resources, but if there's kind of a planet-wide research around what do we learn about design thinking from exposure to all the places where you're working? Yeah, I think that's exciting for me.
Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. It's really hard to measure the impact, especially when you talk about empowerment. You kind of have to look at the long picture, and it's really hard to find exactly this kind of data. This is why I tried to narrate it through stories, and I hope that you enjoyed it. With regards to trends in design thinking, we actually have a number of coaches that want to do exactly that. They want to do a study of how does design thinking work in different cultural contexts. And the community platform is a great place to bring all of those experts together and have them collaborate on something that we want to publish. I don't know when, but yeah, we'll get started on it as soon as the platform is open, and it's one of our first priorities as well. So thank you for the contribution.
Yeah, actually, Jenny, you are addressing a very, very, very crucial point, and which we are discussing right now also at the GDTA. We are in a strategizing and mission and mission phase right now with our new board, which was elected last year. And this is exactly, I think, you're pointing on this kind of global activity, which is something we should address more intensively and really find out about the different cultural issues and the cultural specifications, and to learn from each other and bring actually the focus away from this kind of tech-driven countries more to the countries where the human needs are very much addressing what is going on. And I think with Impact Week, And in the combination of global design thinking lines, actually, I was while you were talking, Carolin, it is so obvious that GDTA and Impact Week is a very, very good fit, and we should constantly think of your also kind of co-developing the community platform. That is something the GDTA is also working on right now to enhance also our web activities, and also the impact labs you're doing. We could really jointly work on those and support you whenever we can from GDTA side. And you are the good thing with your approach with Impact Week is you are independently working, so you have a financial base, and you can maneuver all over the world. You can do very interesting things, no matter what the political context is. And we are seeing right now huge changes in the political, the geopolitical arena. And I think we, the design thinking community, which is a very open-minded, innovation-driven, and collaborative community, which is, bringing the hands together of all the people, no matter what kind of religion, cultural background, and national background you are. I think this kind of community needs to be nurtured by these kind of institutions and activities. So thank you very much, Carolin, that you are driving that, and all those people who are supporting that all around the world. And also thanks to the Lufthansa that they are supporting you significantly with all the flights and with the travels. I think that is really significant. We are a little bit over time, but Carolin, if you have some minutes more, is there any more questions from
I would just like to highlight, so there's no classic sponsorship relationship with the Lufthansa Group. They basically support us through sending employees to be trained as design thinking coaches. So it's more of a client and a provider kind of relationship, where obviously their participants benefit greatly from the training. I think we have Gisela in the call as well, who was one of the participants from Lufthansa. And most of the participants are from Lufthansa, but we're also open for other companies. So if you're from a different company and you hear this, you're also welcome to join. It's not just exclusively for Lufthansa.
Thank you for the clarification. So important.
Hello. Hi,
Lucky.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Good to see you.
Hi, Carolin. It's nice listening to you. I just want to say hello and also congratulations for the great progress Impact Week has made. And after many years, I coming back as a circle to know about the Impact Week, the way things are going on. Your statistics are brilliant. So I didn't expect this kind of progress that has happened over a period of time. So congratulations and best wishes.
I'm curious, when did you first hear about us?
I knew them many years back because I was involved with Michael Kugel a long time back.
Amazing, yeah.
So at that point of time, I was not able to participate. I got into other commitments, but I know for some period of time I have been following up with what's happening with Impact Week. But personally, I could not get involved. But some of my colleagues, I got them involved after I came back to Bangalore, and they're still continuing.
Amazing. Yeah, I think you messaged me in the chat, right? That two of your colleagues are currently in Uganda with Vanessa to do the Impact Week. So they're both from SAP, Mukta and Aparna, and they came all the way from India to support us in this project there. So
even Lakshmi Rao also, she knows me very well. I mean, she's not part of SAP, but I know her very well.
The world is small.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you, Lucky. Any other question? If not, If not, I would have give a big thank you to Carolin. Actually, I wish you all the best for your next endeavors, for the just today starting Impact Week, and all the other ones we are seeing. Thanks a lot for your great presentation here. I think you have inspired a lot of people to think in this direction, also to join forces, to join sometime the Impact Week, to support it, and also the GDTA. I saw some people asking about the how to join the GDTA. Yes, that is for sure possible. As an academic institution, we still don't accept individual applications, but as an academic institutions, and there are some in the call here, you're welcome to address us, and we'll find a way. So thank you very much. I would like to have a glance into March. We'll have on the 24th, we'll have our 24th of March, we'll have our March GDTA Spotlight session at 12 o'clock Central European time, so at the lunchtime for Europeans and Africans. We'll have the D School in Potsdam as our guest. And the D School Potsdam, which I used to head for 17 years, is now since the last years in new hands and with a new strategy. And what we're gonna learn at the D School at the Spotlight session is about the new way of organizing the student program and also the academic program and the professional program. And yeah, we are looking forward to have Monika Frech and Claudia Nicolai, hopefully both, on start on the 24th of March. So please join again. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to Raika for bringing all the people back into the call here, the other half who were in a different call. And thanks to Carolin to give us your time. And thanks to all of you for participating. I'm looking forward to see you soon. Stay healthy. Don't be worried by all the political changes all around the globe. We'll stay healthy and forward-looking community of design thinkers. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.